The two biggest blocks to manifesting a new romantic relationship. Hi, my name is Leah Chantel, and today I'm talking about the two biggest blocks that stop intuitive, empathic people from manifesting new romantic relationships. And there are many, many subcategories of the two blocks. There's a lot of detail we can break this down into. And I'm not going to touch on everything today. There will be many, many details that can be discussed in a further video. I feel like we could create a catalog of 365 behaviors that are bad that we need to set boundaries against, and that might be what ends up being my future video series. Maybe I go through and catalog all of 365. I don't know why I'm picking that number, but that is a piece of one of the blocks that you can experience when you're looking for a new romantic relationship. And so the first major block is that you're leaning too far back. And what I mean by that is that you're not putting yourself in front of new people who are potentially single. You're not pursuing any hobbies. You're staying home, and you're not online on any apps. Okay. So if you're not putting yourself in front of new people at all, and you're always seeing the same circle of people, then you're not going to meet your next romantic partner. Now, here's a caveat here. You may not be emotionally ready to go out and meet new people yet. Maybe something traumatic or difficult has happened in your past and you need time to process that. And in that case, maybe that's a good thing that you're staying inside and you're just really developing your close relationships and really developing those and focusing on your own healing and your process of grief rather than going out and meeting new people. There's nothing wrong with that, and you need to take as long as you need to take to go through that phase, because quite frankly, when you meet new people, you're going to meet all kinds of people, and so you need to be strong enough to withstand some bad behavior from time to time. Don't put it out there like you are going to experience bad behavior. It's just extremely common because people have been hurt in their previous relationships, and sometimes they take it out on the new people in their lives, which is very foolish, but it happens a lot. And so you want to be in a place where you can be strong and withstand those kinds of, offensive remarks that people might say to you when you're in the process of looking for your next new romantic partner. So the big block, number one, is that you're not putting yourself in front of people, but it's okay if you're not ready. Then you're not ready, Just stay in your lane and keep healing. And when you're ready, then you can put yourself in front of other people, right? Okay, so the next biggest block is you're leaned in too far into the process of trying to manifest a partner, and you're projecting your idealism onto people who are not a good match for you. So let's say, for example, you're on a dating site and you've filtered really, really hard. You've come up with 2 or 3 people to talk to, and they're all according to your filters and your matches. But what happens when you get talking to these 3 people is all of them display bad behavior. All of them are telling you to do things that you don't feel comfortable with. And you're totally emotionally invested, though you really want things to work, and so you keep trying to make it work. So that's another flaw that intuitive, empathic people jump into sometimes, is they jump into and invest too hard in relationships that have a lot of red flags or problems at the front. And so the solution for that is you actually need to lean back a little bit in that case. You need to lean back from those 3 people, reassess what your filters are, reassess how you're meeting new people, and then you got to start the process over again of putting yourself in front of new, healthy people. By the way, where are good places to meet new, healthy people? I would say hobbies of various kinds that attract. Let's say you're a woman and you're looking for a gentleman, then you want to look at hobbies that attract gentlemen, and then vice versa. If you're a gentleman looking for a lady, then you want to go to what ladies are interested in, like single ladies. For example, yoga would be a good place to go to look for single ladies. And the reason why that is I'm not saying married people never take yoga. They can, but they have less time and disposable income to devote to yoga. Whereas single people who are more concerned about their fitness level and their health and they really want to develop themselves tend to spend more time doing yoga. And those are guinea pigs in the background, just saying. So yoga can be a very good place for men to look for women at times. And then women can go to places like maybe golf courses, maybe it's some sort of workshop where you're learning how to fix your own car, which is like very helpful to learn anyway, or some sort of auto shop, like places where you would bump into gentlemen who are interested and pursuing their hobbies, you know, and really enjoying life. The places that are kind of okay if you're interested in this is going to the bar scene. I personally don't prefer this method because I find that the people at the bars are sometimes less than serious and you may come across some abusive people. Having said that, I think it depends on what your lifestyle is, what your belief system is, and you might be more okay for looking there if you want. But you can kind of fall into the trap of the hookup culture when you're going to places like that. And if that's what you want, you know, that's your personal choice. So some people might groove to that. But having said that, if that's not what you want, then those are probably not the best places for you to look for a potential relationship. Another opportunity to look for a new relationship that's kind of in the middle between hobbies and going to the bar would be the online dating apps. So the reason why I say it's in the middle is because it attracts people from a lot of different walks of life, and there's a whole gamut of people on there. So you gotta be a little bit emotionally resilient and ready if you're going to jump into the apps. Say if you're the type of person who doesn't like going to bars, the apps will have some of those people on there. So you gotta be ready for that and emotionally prepared enough to deal with those kinds of people and have really good healthy boundaries and good strategies on how to be kind, be gentle, but leave them alone and not get emotionally attached to those types of people. So if you're ready to jump on an app, they can be a good resource because a lot of people are on there and it's convenient, but you have to go through the process of filtering a lot of people and a lot of bad behavior out first before you get to that convenient person. That can take a long time, maybe months, maybe years, you know, but it's worth a try because there are people on there that maybe you might not otherwise think of looking for in other places in your local community. But do consider co-ed sports, hobbies, maybe specialty stores, those kinds of places too that attract people who have hobbies. Those can be good places to look for people as well and can be a little bit of a healthier environment. So this is just a short synopsis of these two problems that people can have when they're looking for a new relationship. If you're not finding a new relationship, you're either too leaned in too far back where you're just not meeting anybody, or you're not meeting the right people, or you're too leaned forward into a person who's not a good fit for you, right? So what you want to be is somewhere in the middle where you're putting yourself in front of a lot of people. You want to be busy, you want to be trying different activities, you want to be putting yourself in front of different types of people. And then when you're able to do that, your chances go up that you're going to meet more people. And also, another interesting tip for dating too is when you're getting to know multiple people, it kind of keeps people on their toes a little bit too. If they really are looking for your time and attention, they have to offer a little bit more to catch your attention if many people are interested, right? So don't abuse that law. Don't like pretend like you have a lot of people chasing after you if you don't, like, because that just comes across fake and people can see through that. And you don't want to overtly advertise that either because that's really rude and insensitive. Having said that, I think people can feel the energy when you are genuinely busy and you are engaged with people. You don't have to show off. You don't have to brag about it. People feel that and they get the impression that they either need to step it up or they need to step back and let somebody else fill in that void and step it up, right? So you just want to be in the natural flow of getting to know new people and letting them step in and give you what you deserve in life, essentially. And it can be a challenging process because there, like I said at the beginning of the video, there needs to be a catalog of 365 behaviors that we need to catch that are subtle sometimes, that are bad behaviors. And some I've talked about on Instagram and TikTok before, but there are many, many more. And there are always more games, more strategies being invented all the time by people who are looking to, never mind, but you know what I mean. So I hope you all enjoyed this video about looking for new romantic relationships. And if you have any tips about that, definitely put them in the comments below. I'd be curious to see all of your perspective on this and what kinds of feedback you have.